This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. All right, so arguably, we know Birdman built one of the best labels, but also destroyed one of the best labels. I just saw him on Drink Champs, well, like a rerun of Drink Champs, but I just saw that clip where he's talking about how he broke down $2 billion with Drake, Nicki, and Wayne. Now, arguably, they're all rich, okay? Did they all break down $2 billion? Well, let's start from the beginning, where Cash Money started in the 90s. You had Juvenile, BG, Turk, Lil Wayne, Manny Fresh, Birdman. There was some other artists, like, was TQ one of them? There was a couple other artists, right? But arguably, those were the main ones, okay? And, you know, through that, they had solo careers. They had Hot Boys. They had Manny Fresh and Birdman as a duo. You know, a lot went on. Now, their biggest mistakes, Birdman's biggest mistakes was not paying people on time. Too many people had these discrepancies. Juvenile did, he left. BG did at one point, he left. Turk did at one point, he left. Lil Wayne was the only one left. Manny Fresh even left at one point. And after Juvenile and BG left, that's when Manny Fresh and Birdman started a little group, and that was big for a while. Lil Wayne just took off. Now, Lil Wayne could have left, but he stayed. Okay, and Birdman held on to him for dear life. When he sat down with Jay-Z to go over to Def Jam, Birdman put a bunch of legal threats through, and Jay-Z backed off. Now, Lil Wayne carried this label arguably from 2004 to 2009, and then rebirthed the label. They didn't have many other acts coming out around that time. It was just Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne was selling a lot of records. He was doing a lot of features. He was bringing in a lot of money for the label. During that time, Lil Wayne was trying to form Young Money. He went through many different versions of it. Even Kid was part of an early Young Money. Then he, moved on to with Currency. Mac Main's always been there. Mac Main was a part of it. That didn't quite work. So then he brought in, Gutta Gutta, Chucky, Twist, J Mills, Drake, and Nicki Minaj. Okay, Nicki was introduced to him through the Come Up DVD, Fendi Me, a bunch of other people. Fendi made that work because he knew EI that worked for Lil Wayne, and Fendi got her on there. But in the midst of that, she was debating going with Gucci Mane. Drake was introduced through the Prince family, right? Jazz Prince. When Young Money kind of formed and they started doing the album, the first single came out, Every Girl in the World. Nicki was teetering at that point because she hadn't signed her contract. Deb Antony said you should go over. Oh no, I think actually she just went to Lil Wayne after that, and then they completed the Young Money album, and that came out, and then that introduced everybody to Drake. Drake had his mixtape out around that. Following that, then Nicki came. So arguably the biggest artists were Nicki and Drake coming out of that situation. Tyga was a part of that too. I forgot, but Tyga again left shortly after that because he didn't get paid. Now. Rebirth, Young Money, Cash Money, Nicki Minaj, Drake, Lil Wayne, Tyga, powerhouse. Throughout these years, multiple producers have argued that they didn't get paid. There was a bunch of problems. The biggest collapse of Young Money, Cash Money is when Lil Wayne, the person who held it down, who you should overpay, didn't get paid from Birdman. And we remember that harsh time from 2014, 15, 16 until Birdman finally had to cave and pay him. But by then, it was too late in 2017, 18. They amended everything. Rick Ross took a side, took Lil Wayne's side. Certain people went against Birdman, but at that point, they had to restructure. Drake was kind of like able to do his own thing. Nicki was kind of able to do her own thing. It wasn't so much Cash Money, Young Money anymore. It was people branching out and doing their other things. Because when there's a divide in something, we've seen this with G-Unit and Dipset. When there's a divide and there's tension, people never learn from other crews, you know? When G-Unit started to crumble, you know, first Game broke off because Game was disloyal. Young Buck was disloyal. It was a different situation. But once you start seeing cracks in a tight ship, fans start to, you know, not believe in that brand anymore, and it kind of withers away. Same with Dipset. When Jim Jones, you know, was disloyal to Cameron, chose 50 Cent in the beef. He didn't want to stick it out with Cameron and Dipset. He wanted to stick, you know, make his own way because he had Ballin' Out and he's feeling himself. That broke up Dipset. Never was the same. Right now, Cash Money's not the same. It's just not. Everybody's got their own thing. It's Lil Wayne, Nicki, Drake separately. No Cash Money, Young Money thing. They're friends. They respect Birdman, but you don't see Birdman around anymore. He blew up his own label. It's crazy. It's crazy. But anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. I'll check you guys later.